Okay, time to get into some big oil day 2 solo stealth. I'm just coming off doing day 1 solo stealth with the Ace of Spades. I don't know if you caught that video or not. Go back and watch it. It was actually just a short video to some funky jazz music of me just using the Ace of Spades throwable to clear out day 1 big oil. It was kind of cool. A little difficult, but not that difficult. It's worth a try if you ever get the chance. So day 2, the premise of this one is to identify some kind of reactor or engine down in the basement. We ship that away, and then once we've identified the right one, it's over and we've completed the heist. But before we do that, the idea is to actually get into one of the computer rooms, out of which there are 3. And in there is a computer which we have to hack, which takes a couple of minutes. And once the computer is hacked, opens up the door to the basement, and that's where we go and find the reactor or the engine or whatever it's called. In order to find the right engine, because they all have different colour pipes and canisters and all that kind of stuff, and gauges on there and stuff, there's a couple of bits of intel we need to pick up from the house in order to choose the right one. So what I'm actually looking for now is those 2 clipboards. I'm looking for one that's going to tell me a gas, another one that's going to actually tell me how many hoses are going to be attached to a certain canister on the engine. So I'll explain it a little bit, and then when we actually get downstairs to the room with all the engines in, there's going to be a computer down there, or a little screen terminal, and that's going to give me some kind of indication of what to look for on the gauges. So I'll explain that also. So basically, when you run down the stairs, once we get the door open, that is, there's going to be a white marker board, and it's going to have 3 different gas canisters listed on there. I think it's nitrogen's one, and what are the other? Deuteria something or other. Something begins with D. And then there's another one. I forget what they are. But each one has a color that is denoted to them. And what you need to know is which one you're going to be looking for. So the clipboard that I see, I believe it says nitrogen on it, and nitrogen is the green tank. So what you're looking for when you go down there and you see nitrogen is a green tank that's going to be sat on the table next to the big complex mess of canisters and cables. And then the second thing that I'm going to be looking for is a clipboard that tells me how many hoses are going to be attached to the big blue tank. So every engine downstairs is going to have a big blue tank, and there can be 1 hose, 2 hose, or 3 hoses attached to the top of it. So on the clipboard it's going to either have, I think it's just the letter H, and that'll be 1 H. Oh, there we go, look. Was that? Oh, helium. That was the other one. So helium is the one I need, and helium is green. I know that from playing this a few times, but it does tell you when you go downstairs. Those colours actually never change. So going back to the hoses, so yeah, it'll either say H, which means 1 hose, and this one here says 2H, which means I'm looking for a big blue canister with 2 hoses, or it could say 3H, should I say. So that would mean 3 hoses. So now it kind of narrows it down. So I'm looking for an engine that has a green can on the table, and attached to the big blue can, I'm looking for one with 2 hoses. Now the only other thing that I'm going to need to look out for is there's like a gauge on each reactor or engine. I will get that right one time. And there's like a little PSI meter on that thing. So what I'm looking for is it always hovers around 400. So when we go downstairs to look at the computer screen, it's going to have a less than sign or a greater than sign. And basically, I'm not into all the math that can go behind it and actually calculate it, but if it's a greater than, I'm looking for a PSI gauge that shows a number greater than 400. If it's a less than sign, I'm looking for a PSI reading that's less than 400. So if it's dead on 400, then I'm not counting that one either. And like I say, there's 12 engines downstairs, and it kind of thins them out once you know what you're looking for. There is actually a website that shows you a map of the downstairs and just tells you if it's 3 hoses and it's blah blah blah, it's engine 1. If it's da 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 da, it's engine 2. Whatever. And that's pretty much that. So just waiting for the computer here. I took out a couple of guards because the guards actually notice the door being open to go downstairs. So as I'm making my way now, the lab door is open. I'm going to go in here. I've already took out 2 guards, but there's still 2 around. So there's the clipboard. I don't stop and read it because I already knew it. And this is what I'm talking about. So now I'm actually just looking for a computer. That's not the one. Ah, fusion engines. That's right. That's right. They're not reactors. Okay. So here it is. Oh no, it's not. It's around the other side. There it is. That one. So I got a greater than sign at the front of that PSI. So on the gauges, I'm looking for a greater than 400. So I put my ECM down here because he's calling in the cops. But I guess I got it down too late. I could have had a minute to kind of wait, but before the cops came, so I kind of screwed up there. But never mind. So this one's green on the table. It's got 2 hoses coming from the blue, and it's above 400. So I'll take that fusion reactor. And now it's just a matter of pulling this upstairs and pulling the flare. One thing that I probably should have done on this was drop the bag, run and start the flare instead of walking real slowly to that spot. I should have dropped it downstairs, ran up and started it, because it takes a while for the helicopter to get here. And of course, remember, I'm in my stealth build. I have silenced, what the hell is this? I have the silenced Judge shotgun, and I have the friggin' Cavity 9mm too, which is silenced also, so not very competent on Deathwish. So now it's just a matter of waiting, and it can get pretty brutal because it's Deathwish, so you know they hit hard. So I'm just going to hide behind this little sun lounger chair. There is actually I've never really usually got this spot for the helicopter. It's usually on the main runway strip where I started this heist. This is, I guess this is, I actually think I prefer this one here than the main one, but the idea for me right now is just to survive. I actually didn't think at this point that I would survive this. You know, I've got a minute until I actually get the helicopter here. I figured I would make the minute because obviously all the specials and all the guards and all the police and everything have to come over to me here, which I'm kind of tucked away and kind of hiding. So I figured I would get this helicopter here, but you have to throw the reactor onto the helicopter, and then it has to take it away, then they have to check it, and then they have to send you your escape. So there is a lot of waiting. So he's gonna be here in 30 seconds, and I'm just gonna run around like a maniac trying to avoid everybody. There are actually a few challenges or achievements you can get on this heist. One of them is choosing the weapon, or the weapon is choosing the engine right the first time. I think that one is called Dr. Fantastic. And then choosing the right engine last, so you actually send off 11 engines before you get the right one, and that one's called Dr. Miserable, and I still want to try that one. That one takes about an hour to an hour and a half, because obviously you have to wait for everything to go, say no, then you have to take up another reactor, and then they take that and blah 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 11 times, and then you put the 12th one in and then wait for your escape. So that's one for another video for sure. Pretty difficult to do on solo, and especially on Deathwish. There's no way you can survive for an hour and a half on Deathwish. I don't know. On your own, it might be worth a try. Maybe if you had a grinder and you keep getting the health back. So now, so now the helicopter's gone. It's got my engine. They've still not dropped it off yet. Luckily, I sat around the other corner, so I think all of the police and SWATs and everything are all over in the other corner where I was sat. So at this point, I'm thinking I may do it, I may not do it. I figure if I hide, I may be able to just sneak by, but yeah, I don't really have a lot of firepower, so that kind of sucks. And those playing cards aren't even, you know, if I had grenades that would help, but I've still got my throwable. I guess I could have, damn, I could have changed those out, couldn't I? I didn't even think. I just went into day 2 after that day 1 effort, just thinking that I'll just give it a shot. Because usually, I mean, I did have my ECMs, but usually it's rare for me to find the right computer on the first try, but I could have ECM'd the other ones. If you do this loud, you have to drill those. But I did get a key card from day 1, which was cool. But yeah, so I did not get the plane keys. The plane that you see ahead of you there, well, you see the wing of it. Once they confirm that you've got the right engine, escape becomes available right there. So, oh, here we go, Dr. Fantastic. So wait for the helicopter. We got the right engine, and I think, I don't know how long I've got left on this recording here. Maybe a minute and a half. Maybe it's 2 minutes. Could be 2 minutes. I'm not sure. I think I can probably find out. Well, you can probably tell by how long to the end of the video, but I cannot because I'm just recording over it. Oh, I think it's about a minute. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So I changed back to Clover. Clover was my main bitch for a while. And the only reason I got rid of Clover, oh, threw a quick playing card there. The only reason I got rid of Clover was because I like the guy that says get the fuck up when you play loud missions. I'm just doing a lot of loud, so I liked telling people to get the fuck up, so that's why I changed. So now I'm just running to another little spot that I can sit in. Hopefully the snipers can't get me in this area, as he just tells me that the snipers are coming into position. That would have kind of sucked. One of them would completely take me out. This is my chopper to escape. I do actually get an achievement for this, and I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's just finishing it on Deathwish. I've never done that before. I thought I'd done this on Deathwish before. Probably not then. But you'll see it in the top left. I get my achievement when I complete it. And there it is. Jump into that little pisser. And I'm out. Look at that. Yeah. I'll take that.